Ladies, God literally made an insect, okay? A female insect that knew that men aren't shit and knew to rip their heads off after mating with them. An insect. We need you better.
Sometimes the person that you want doesn't deserve you. Say it again. Sometimes the person that you want doesn't deserve you. Now my question is, why do we pick those people? What makes us pick the person that we know subconsciously doesn't deserve our love? Huh? I'm ready to fight myself. What past trauma? What? Which one of you motherfuckers made me like this? Huh? We go for the toxic boys because they're interesting and fun. Why? We don't want stability and true love?
Hey besties, if you get catcalled, I just want you to remember to do this. Make eye contact and hold it with the guy for 3 full seconds. And then say, meow!
This video is very important, guys, because these two women represent the vast majority of women that you're going to come into contact with, believe it or not. Their energy is dark. They have a lot of past issues and trauma that they have yet to resolve. They need to see a psychiatrist. They need to be in a loony bin. They need to be in a straitjacket. I'm serious. They need to be on medication. They need mental help. But they go to social media to vent and play the victim like everything is everybody else's fault. See, these two types of females are so dangerous because they can seem like they're innocent when you meet them. I've dealt with a few. Everything is going good, and what'll happen is they'll start to be a drain on your life. They'll start to ask for far more attention than they deserve. They'll be playing a victim. They'll be just leeching off you. They'll be seeing what they can get from you. And here's the thing, if you can't give any more, what'll happen is they'll just, I'm out of there. This is why it's important for you to properly vet every single woman that you come into contact with. So many men have tunnel vision for certain women because they're attractive or they have a nice shape or the energy is probably cool when you guys hang out. But over time, they will reveal who they truly are. A lot of women, their spirits are so dark and black that once you get around them, everything will just be like a dark cloud. And then when she leaves your presence or you guys, break up or mutually part ways or she just leaves you, I feel like a whole 200 pounds is lifted off your shoulder. Have you guys dealt with that? You're hanging around with a girl and you're probably dating in a relationship and she leaves and then you just can, feel better. You sleep better. You just have far more freedom. That's because a lot of these women are broken and damaged inside. So what they do is they hop from relationship to relationship to relationship, guy to guy to guy, so many different situations in their life without looking in the mirror and fixing themselves. And they're bringing all that past trauma, all those issues, all that bad energy from the previous relationship. And now you're hanging out with a girl, you're with a female, and she's twitching like that second female. She's just doing all these different things and contorting her neck and moving her arms, and she just can't sit still. You want to know why? Because those energies in her are bad. She still has the old programming from previous guys that she has been imprinted with. This is why it's important for you to properly vet women. Because if you don't, you're going to be dealing with another man's woman. And that man's going to be far gone. He's going to be dealing with other females. And you're going to be like, what's wrong with you? You're going to be trying to talk to her. She's going to be crying. I dealt with women like that, where everything is going good and she's a good looking girl. You're like, okay, cool. And she's just twitching and something is wrong. She's tapping her leg. She can't sit still. She's always looking around. And that's because these women have been used, damaged, and abused. Have you guys dealt with women like that? Where you put your best foot forward and you do everything you're supposed to do. Your game is on point. You're well groomed. you're physically, financially, and mentally on point at the top of your game, and you meet a woman and for some reason she just doesn't want to cooperate. She's argumentative, she's combative, she has a lot of stuff going on. And you're like, what the heck is going on? She's just giving you overall a hard time. That's because she still has energies from previous men, and those men indoctrinated her. Those men just basically put her through a lot of different ups and downs. So now she's with a straightforward, straight-laced guy like yourself who has direction in his life. And she's like, I can't sit still. Something's going wrong. Okay, let me start something with him. Let me accuse him of something. Let me just, start crying. And you're like, you okay? I mean, and you're trying to fix things and she can't even give you an answer. You know why she can't give you an answer? Because those other men imprinted her. Those other men own her software. So she still has the software of other guys. Now it's up to you to basically put your software into her. This is why men can easily smash a female. We can hook up with 5, 10, 15, 20 different women and we'll still be good. But with women, they have all these different men inserting her, smashing her, bending her over, running through her. And she thinks she's going to be fine. She thinks, okay, well, I'm just sexually liberated. Everything's all good. And the more partners a woman has, this is fact, the harder it's going to be for her to pair bond and stick with one guy. So she'll be with a guy and date a dude for a month or 2 or 3. The guy will be perfect. And then she just, I'm bored, and make something up. Just make something crazy up just to leave him. And the guy's sitting there wondering, what happened to that girl? I don't even understand. And he's trying to get answers, but she doesn't have answers. The answer is she's been damaged. She's been used. She's been ran through. Look at the second female's fingernails, guys. Remember how I told you? Black nail polish, buzzed hair, really short hair. She had leopard spots in another video that she had in her hair. Dyed different hair colors, all these different crazy hairstyles. And listen, that's damage. That's trauma. She wants to let everything out. She wants to say, hey, this is what happened to me and I want to become better. But it's hard for women to do that. It's hard for them to look in the mirror and say, I need help. I need therapy. Because we all know the number one kryptonite weakness for women is what? Accountability. They don't want to face accountability for anything in life. So it causes them not to grow. This is why it's easy for us men to look back on things, learn from our mistakes, whether it's with women, whether it's with money, business, school, whatever. And we just, okay, you know what? Let me do that different. Women, on the other hand, don't have that sort of quality. They look at their past situation at a guy relationship and they say, well, I'm a queen. He just didn't deserve me. All the while they're picking losers. All the while they're not even good females and mates in their relationships. So they go around pointing the finger, blaming everybody but themselves. And it's causing them to reap what they sow. It's like almost like a snowball effect. They get with one guy, damaged. Another guy, damaged. Another guy. It's not meant for a woman to be with a whole bunch of different dudes. Now, look like those two females probably in their late 20s, early 30s, which means they've hit the wall and they're damaged goods. And there's no way of recovering. These females need to be in a mental institution. I'm not joking. And most of these females need to be. Because they're walking around, going to these jobs, and then they get off and they're just texting dudes, wasting dudes' time. Why do you think that you text a girl and everything's, going well, then you say, oh, let's hang out. Then she just ghosts you. You're like, what the heck happened? And they get a hit off on that stuff. That's because mentally they're not sane. That's not normal for an individual to do. But the reason why these women do that, they have 20, 30, 40 guys that they're texting at one time, is because they're getting those energies from those men. All they're doing is just leeching. All they're doing is just taking energy from good quality men who have good intentions for the most part. And then they're just done when they just get rid of them because they have that black hole inside. So, and it cannot be filled by millions of men. They can be talked to the hundreds of thousands of men and they still have that black hole. They're still empty and hurting inside because they don't want to look in the mirror and address the type of individual, the type of creature that they are. Why do you think all these women, they look for likes and comments and all this validation on social media? Because they're empty inside. They don't want to look within and say, okay, you know what? I probably need to make this change. I probably need to do this. I probably need to go to therapy. I probably need to go be on medication, something, and address my past issues. Most women don't do that. What they do is they go to social media to get hundreds of thousands of likes, to get all this admiration and praise from all these thirsty losers. And that makes them feel good. It stops them from looking in the mirror and fixing the things that they need to be fixed. Guys, make sure that you look at these women and you acknowledge them. And you say, you know what? I got to avoid these types of chicks. They're not good for me. I might want to sleep and hook up with them. Okay, but don't get in a full-blown relationship with these women. Because what's going to happen is they're going to look to leech off you, take from you, exploit you, extort you. And when they're done with you, they'll kick you to the curb and they'll move on to their next victim.
Yes, indeed.